Good morning, hello, welcome to the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Welcome to another day of triathlon training. It will probably be the afternoon when you watch this video. This video is all about the Outlaw Nottingham full bike course. This is in no way like endorsed by, sponsored by, safety briefing for Outlaw. Make sure you watch the event briefing and listen to all the things they say. I'm just a fool with a GoPro who's going to tell you a little bit about the bike course. So this is probably aimed at the people who haven't been able to get a recce ride in. So the Outlaw full course, for those that have seen my videos in the past, it's similar to the Outlaw half Nottingham course, in that there's two loops, so you ride out from here at Pierpoint and do a southern loop and a northern loop, but it's slightly different format. So for the half, you would do the north loop and then the south loop and then return to here at Pierpoint. For the full, you do the south loop, the north loop, and then the south loop again, and then return to home Pierpoint. Somebody out for a recce, look, there you go. And the loops are bigger, so they're different. So this is all about just the loops. We're not doing the out and back from home Pierpoint, and I'm not doing the road in between the south and the north loop because they're fairly busy. It's like a weekday, midday, so it's fairly busy today. We're quiet on race day for like 7 o'clock in the morning, but it is busy on race day, so we're just going to do the loops, aren't we? Yeah?
You said it is busy on race day.
Okay, it isn't busy on race day. We're busy with cyclists.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in a headlock in a minute. Right, so let's get rolling around the south loop and I'll give you some course tips. So when you come onto the south loop, you've got a lovely long straight. It's about probably 2 miles or so long, depending on where the wind's going. So today it's a headwind out, tailwind back. That's probably the most common wind direction for this course, I think. Might be wrong there, but who knows. Yeah, so this is really straight and simple. Then you come up to a roundabout, then you go right. That's basically where you then head towards Colston. Then it gets a lot more countryside. Watch out for pheasants. Okay, so we're just coming into Colston. This bit is absolutely beautiful, and normally on race day there's a lot of support here, so say hi to the spectators, get them cheering, get the good vibes pumping. Hopefully those cows remained restrained. And this bit gets a little bit twisty, but it's pretty much, you can still go pretty much flat out. So you see here it goes like left and right a little bit, but it's not too sharp at all. When you exit Colston, however, you can see the little zigzag sign. That gives you an idea. There are a few more twisty turns, so I'd ease up a little bit for those, because like you see here, it goes right, sort of goes right and left a few times. It's a bit bumpy, it's a bit twisty. It's not worth stacking it. This will be, you'll be sort of, I don't know, 20-25 miles into the route. You've got a long way to go. Okay, so a common question I always get on these sorts of things is what happens at junctions or the roads closed and so on. Now, as I said, you need to check the event brief. However, in my experience of doing Outlaw events, the junctions are what's called managed. So no, the roads aren't closed, they are open. However, there are traffic controllers and marshals who are controlling traffic. So this junction, you come from behind me down here and you're going that way, they will stop traffic that's coming from this way, so you can just pass through smoothly and not having to stop. However, just be aware, drivers don't always do what you tell them to do they? So there is a chance that a car might be coming and could wipe you out. Obviously you don't want that, so just, you know, I would approach a junction as if it is a normal junction, and if you get there and the marshal's saying go go go, that's just a bonus in my opinion. So yeah, on the full course we're going to go left down there. This is basically the first bit is like the lollipop stick, and then that's the lollipop. So you go up there, you do a loop all around there, then you actually come back up from this side, whereas on the half, for those that are on the half, you come back from this way again, so you do the full loop. So we're going to go left up here when Liz returns, and yeah, go for a spin up there. So again, you just come around a right junction, and I treat it, it's pretty sharp, so I treat it like, you know, like it is an open road. If you go over the centre line, you will more than likely get DQ'd as well, so it's worthwhile bearing that in mind, that you can't actually go that fast around it anyway. But the lanes are nice, aren't they, Liz?
Yeah, nice.
Good. In terms of hills on the southern loop, there's not really anything to write home about. Oh yeah, right. But there are little rollers like this, so this might be somewhere where you want to sit up and stretch because you're going to lose less aerodynamically because you're going slower. You might want to sit up and eat something or drink something. You're just sort of dropping down to a fair bit slower than cruising pace. But I'd definitely say it's probably, you know, still in the big ring, so it's not like it's a proper climb, and the whole thing probably lasts 20-30 seconds or so. And there's a few little rises like this, so it's a good opportunity to mix it up and break it down in your mind. You hanging in?
Yeah, good opportunity to get out of the saddle.
Yeah, all that. Well done, Liz. You pass through some lovely villages. For the most part, it's pretty unpopulated, so you're just like following hedgerows and stuff. And the reason I'm pointing this out is it's quite windy today. It lures you into a false sense of security. So particularly when you're on the aero bars, or if you're just riding a road bike, you know, deep wheels, whatever, you feel okay, pretty stable. But there's a few gateways, obviously everywhere. So just look ahead and think about which way the wind's going. But almost like brace yourself for the gateways, because there's going to be obviously a change in the wind. So sometimes you go past an opening in a hedge, it's like, whoa, just prepare yourself for that, because it's uncovered for the most part, but occasionally there are breaks in the hedges. Not even like there, even something like that. Could be a bit of a gust, or this one. So just bear that in mind. What do you do when a gust of wind gets you, Liz?
Brace yourself.
Yeah.
Swear.
Yeah.
And hope for the best.
Okay.
And just keep pedaling.
Okay, good. Yeah, keep pedaling, keeps your legs spinning, you're a bit more balanced. So after about 10 miles on the southern loop, you come to a roundabout where you're going to turn right, just next to Eden Hall Day Spa. You're going to wish you were all on a spa day, not doing an Ironman. Whee! Anyway, it's been pretty straight and pretty flat for the last few miles, and depending which way the wind goes, this is now like a 90-degree right, so your ride could be completely different. And in our case today, we're going to go from a headwind to a crosswind clear, and then into a tailwind back, so that should be nice. So when you're halfway around the southern loop, you'll go back over the A46, I believe it is, or whatever road it is. Don't forget, you're doing this loop twice, so remember the road you're on, because you'll be coming back to this loop. But this night, again, nice little ride, just time to stretch and eat and drink something before you're potentially back on the bars for a little while, because it's quite fast and flowing. So I'm about 22 miles into this loop, which isn't really of any relevance to you guys, you'll be a lot further in. But you're coming into Austin, there are a few sharp bends, obviously the chevrons and stuff. I'm sure there'll be marshals warning you and stuff, but yeah, just be aware there's a few sharp bends, and you actually come to quite a sharp, need both hands really, quite a sharp turn in a minute. You come up a hill, and then there's a junction at the top where you take a sharp right. Pardon? But before the sharp right, you've got a nice little climb, so you've got, again, a bit of time to get a bit of fluid and food on board. And I don't think you'll be going very fast when you come to the junction anyway. Or maybe some others will be climbing faster than me, but I won't be, or wouldn't be. So this is it, you basically come to here, and you're taking the first right here. Down the hill and through Austin. Clear. So you can see there, this road's actually closed on Sunday, the Outlaw Full. This is the junction where where I started this, well, one of the first clips from, where we went straight on up there. But because we're finishing the loop, we get to go left. Holes. That left turn has got a fair few bumps on the inside, so just proceed with caution. And that is the end of the southern loop. We're now on the lollipop stick, if that route is a lollipop. On the whole, I'd say that's a very fast route. I think that's faster than the half southern loop. Of course, you've got to do it twice, so don't go full gas on the first one, because you've got to do a north loop and come back to it. So I'll see you on the north loop. Okay, so we drove over to the north loop because the River Trent gets in the way of just nipping across on a bike. We've stopped at Southall Garden Centre for a spot of lunch, and it is very, very nice. It's about a mile or so off the course, but if you're looking for a cafe stop for a recce ride on the course, probably not on race day. Yeah, nice stop. We get 10% off for being a cyclist, didn't we?
You do.
Excellent, good value. Anyway, let's get this northern loop done. Okay, so the north loop then, similar sort of vibe to the south loop, and there's a lot of like rural space. There's also a fair few bigger towns and villages you go through, so it's a bit more built up in places. It's probably a bit more rolling as well, and the north loop is where the only real hill on the course is. Oxton Bank, you'll hear people talk about it. It's nothing to really worry about, but it is a proper hill. That's not for another few miles or so. So I'm starting this at Southall, which is basically halfway around the north loop, so it's a bit back to front from the way that you guys will be doing on race day. But yeah, we'll see if anything materialises in the next few miles, but we'll have a look at the hill when we get there as well. Oh, so you go through Kirklinton onto quite a busy A road. It won't be busy on race day, but that was not fun. If you're recceing the course, I'd advise coming early in the morning, perhaps on a quiet day. I don't know when that is, but that was not enjoyable, was it? Just loads of traffic, loads of closed passes and stuff. It wasn't ideal, but it's the wrong sort of time. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. Hopefully on race day, the majority of people, or everybody, will be off the bike course by now. So, and of course it'll be a weekend. Today's a weekday, so there you go. Anyway, we're going to try and enjoy the rest of it and take you along for the ride. Looking lovely weather. Hopefully it's like this for you guys on race day. I don't think we're a million miles off of Oxton Bank. Okay, so unfortunately, Liz and I cut the Northern Loop short. It's just too busy at this time of day. It's like late afternoon, school pickup, rush hour, that sort of thing. Bit of a silly decision, but the days just ran away with us, to be honest. So hope that gives you a flavour of the Outlaw course. The Northern Loop, the second half of it from Oxton to Southall is the same as on the half. So I'll leave a link down below to a previous video I've done. It's basically much of the same. So, you know, rural countryside, a bit rolling. The one hill at Oxton, which isn't too bad, but does ramp up to about 8 or 9% near the top, but it's probably 3 or 4 minutes in total. But anyway, let me know down below if you're doing Outlaw full. I'm going to be there in some way, shape or form, so hopefully I'll see you on course somewhere. Not entirely sure what I'm doing yet, but yeah, that is it. So if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you probably tomorrow at 4 PM for, I don't really know what, but at some point the 24-hour TT videos are going to go live. I will announce that when I've done them. See you later.